Oceanigot, Galele Jagero Kohig, Wade Blevins Dawaton, Hia, Jalagina Gine, RSU TV, we gonna new go. Kohig, Talsko, Soneli, Ne Jalagia de Lo Quasti. So, welcome. My name is Wade Blevins. Well, this is Cherokee 4 here on RSU TV. Today is the 29th Cherokee lesson. I'm very glad to be here today. So we've got a little bit to do today. So what I thought we would do today, you might remember the last class we did a story about Sleepy John, right? Sleepy Uncle John, I think. And so what we're going to do today is we're just going to review that story, go back through it, because I do think that there's some really good vocabulary in there. So we're going to go back through it today, and then we're going to pick out some of those vocabulary words, and we're going to use them in a little bit different ways. I went through and found some other examples of the way that that word was used in other sources, for example, the Cherokee Dictionary and the Bible and other places, and so we can see how other speakers use that same word in different ways. So that's going to be our plan for today, I think. So come. Idalena talagi demoni. Okay, so again, we want to give credit where credit is due. This reading comes from a thing that was written in 1966. So that was almost 50 years ago, right? No, more than that, 30, 20, it was over 50 years ago. So it was from this piece of, called Cherokee Stories by Reverend Watt Spade and Willard Walker with the help of Alec England, Lizzie England, Juanita Crittenden, Johnson Teehee, Sam Hare, and the pictures were done by Jim Redcorn. So that's actually the companion piece. Let me see if it was the same. Real quickly, let me just go back through and see if it was the same speakers that did the little language thing in front. And if you ever get a chance to look at the language, the little language book that they wrote, it's really, really cool. And in my opinion, it was really kind of ahead of its time a little bit. So let's see. So it was written by, it's called the Cherokee Primer, by Willard Walker. It was done in 1965, so kind of the same people, by the Carnegie Corporation Cross-Cultural Education Project of the University of Chicago. So its first printing was in 1965 in March. Its second printing it was in October of the same year, and its revised printing was in December of that same year. So evidently, once it came out, it was extremely popular. So, and I can see why, because there's lots and lots of great stuff in it. So anyway, that's where this little story that we wrote, or that we read, came from. So here it is. This is what the page looked like. It was page 43. So, and we went through this, and we looked at it as well. So real quickly, let me get my other screen kind of back up. Just a second. There it is. Okay. So As you know, right up here, let's just read these, okay? Because we did that the first time. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger for you so that you can read it a little bit easier, okay? So for those of you that aren't used to using Google Sheets, it's really a great tool. Oh, we can make that way bigger. All right. Yeah, much better, much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and read these top words just to get us back into our Cherokee mindset and to give us some practice. So this agay, higoliye, gahe, gahe, gahe. And that means, of course, bobcat, right? Gahe. Tatline, hesti, hesti, hesti. That means quit it or knock it off, stop it. Very, very common word. Most Cherokee kids have heard that word if you have speakers in your immediate family or in your home. Okay? Sonti. Osta. 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 Some people just say ost. Either way is completely fine. Means good, right? Next one. Ehesti. Ehesti. And that means he's going to live, okay? Ehesti. Okay? So, okidoda. 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 Our Father. Okay? Remember, ogi means us, but not you. Okidoda. Our Father. Okay, all of our fathers, including the person you're speaking to, be ikidoda. Ikidoda. Okidoda is often used whenever they're praying and they say the Lord's Prayer and it says, Our Father, which art in heaven, okidoda galala de, right? Okidoda. Okay, the next one. So, senoi, senoi, senoi means nighttime, senoi. Okay, this O-G-Dona, O-G-Dona, O-G-Dona. That means we're standing, okay? O-G-Dona means we over here are standing, right? So, G-U, G-U. And that's a word for a boat. G-U is a boat. So, A-ge-yu-cha, A-ge-yu-cha, A-ge-yu-cha. Girl, girl, A-ge-yu-cha. Okay? So, G-U-G-D. Okay? G-U-G-D. Or some people say G-U-G-Da. Some people just say G-U-G-D. And that means straight. G-U-G-D. G-U-G-Da. G-U-G-D. Either way is perfectly fine. G-U-G-D. G-U-G-Da. Okay? So, ga, kli, so, do, di. Ga, kli, so, do, di. Ga, kli, so, do, di. And that's a rake. Ga, kli, so, do, di. Ga, kli, so, do, di. A rake. Okay. So, diugo, diugo. Okay. And that's how they, that's the word that they use for jaw. And we talked about that, how there are different ways to say jaw. They're all kind of similar. But this is how they say it, diugo. Okay. So, a cli lo sti, a cli lo sti, a cli lo sti. That's a ruler. Okay, a ruler, a cli lo st. Okay. So, di da cli lo sto di, di da cli lo sto di, di da cli lo sto di. That's a camera. Di da cli lo sto di. Di da cli lo sto di. Okay, is a camera. So, last one. Uga wi yuhi tsuge-san. Uga wi yuhi tsuge-san. That's, he was a chief. He was a chief. Uga wi yuhi is he is a chief. Tsuge-san, that used to be. So he's a chief that used to be. Okay? So let's read the title of our story. Okay? It says, Galihi educhi tani. Okay, most people today would, instead of li, they would use kli. Kli, that looks like a letter C, right there. Kli. So, ga klihi eduji John, okay, means sleepy, ga klihi, sleepy, eduji, uncle, John, John, right? Ga klihi eduji John. Okay? All right. So here is the first sentence. I'll give you just a few seconds for you to read through it yourself. See if you can read the syllabary. Okay, and I'll read it with you. A s do e da. A stu e da. A stu e da. Ge s ge s. Di da y la di s gi. Okay? Di da y la di ski. Di da y la di ski. Okay? So, astu id gesa di da y la di ski. And what does that mean in English? Astu id gesa di da y la di ski. It means the TV was on, right? The TV was on. Okay? Astuid means it's on. Astuid means it's on. Gesa is the word for was. Okay? Didaya ladiski is a TV. Didaya ladiski, right? And we talked about udayalata, right? The word for a shadow or a figure or a form, udayalata, and how that's related to this word didayaladiski, right? Okay. So let's read through it one more time. Astuida gesa didayaladiski. Okay. Next one, give you a few seconds to read through it yourself. Okay, so let's read through this together. A, na, ga, li, s, gi, anagalishki, anagalishki. Okay, and let's read the next one. All, li, s, do, yi, do, di, alstoidote, alstoidote, alstoidote. U, no, ye, gun, no hyga, no hyga. Okay, no hyga. So, yi, so yi, so yi. Okay, anagalishki, electric, or well, quickly before I tell you what it says, can you tell me what it says? Anagalishki alstoitoti uno hyga so iyi. Anagalishki alstoitoti uno hyga so iyi. Okay, this is the first word, anagalishki, is electric. Okay, alstoitoti, that's a shaver. Alstoitoti, that's something that shaves. Uno hyga means it was making noise. It was making some kind of noise. So iyi, in the next place. So in the room next door. Okay? Anagalishki alstoitoti uno hyga so iyi. Okay? All right, give you a few seconds to read this next one. Okay, let's read it together. Gili, gili, gitli. Ule, na, ha, ule, na, ha. Da, si, we, s, ga, i. Da si huiskai. Okay, da si huiska or da si huiskai. Okay, gitli ulena da si huiskai. Okay, I've also heard people, instead of using this si, I've also heard them say su, da su huiska. Okay, either way, perfectly fine. It's just a dialect thing, okay? Gitli ulena da si huiskai. And what does that say? What does that say? Geetli, the dog. Ulena, started. Ulena, started. Dasihuiska, barking. Okay, so the dog started to bark. Okay. And then let's go ahead and read that one. Okay, let's read through it together. Go, he, da. Go, he, da. Or go, heed. U, no, ya, ga. Uno, hya, ga. Uno, hya, ga. Di, li, no, he, di, I. Di, tli. Remember this word? Today we would probably put a tli in there instead of a li. Di, tli, no, he, di. Okay, di, tli, no, he, di. Go, he, da, no, hya, ga. Di, tli, no, he, di. Okay, what does that say? Go, he, da, no, hya, ga. Di, tli, no, he, di. Okay, this first word, gohita. Think of gohita, that's a long time. Gohid, a long time. Uno hiaga, it made a noise. Ditlinoheti, the phone, the telephone. So the telephone made a noise for a long time. Okay, gohida. Uno hiaga, ditlinoheti. Okay, let's try the next one. I'll let you read it yourself first. Try to read it on your own. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, but I'm not. Oh, yeah, I can. I was going to say I can't change it, but I can change it. And I'll notice this character right here is an U, but if you look up here, it should be a na. Okay, so it should be a na. So let me go through and let me go through and just change that, okay? Okay, and okay. There we go. Okay, now let's read it together. Du ti, du ti. Da ni, Gan ni ga. Okay, you'd probably say gan ga, gan ga. So in yi, so in yi. Ale, ale. Na di di skana. Na di di skana. Na di di skana. Ge Sun E. Okay, Sun E. Okay. So this says eduji, or can you tell me what this says? So eduji ton gong so yi ale not the discun gasai. Okay. Eduji. Eduji, that means uncle. Johnny, Uncle John. Gong was laying down. Gong. Okay. Now, the weird thing about this, if you look in the dictionary, in the online Cherokee dictionary for the word lying down, like he or she is lying down, they have gone gun. Most speakers that I've spoken to do it this one with ni. Okay, gone, okay, gone means fell down. Okay, or is in the processing of lying down. Okay, gone, and gone. And so, with a very little change, it slightly changes the word, right? It means they fell down rather than they're laying down. They're already on the floor, right? Gone, so yi. In the next room, ale, and na di discun. He wouldn't get up. Na di discun gesa. He wouldn't get up. Okay. Give you a few minutes or a few seconds to read through this one. I apologize. I've been having a really bad cold lately, so I'm very stopped up. But some people say that that's good for Cherokee, you know, that we naturally kind of talk up in our heads. So maybe it'll make me sound better. I don't know. Okay, give you just okay, let's read through it together. So the first word, Johnny, D, na, da, na, kli, din, da, na, kli. Johnny, din, da, na, kli. U, su, li, go, za. Usuli goza. Ali stojeska. Al stojeska. Ju na goza. Juna goza. Ale. Ustune. Di da yala diski. Okay, can you tell me what that one is talking about? Johnny, din da na kli. usuli goja alstoyeska, juna goja ale ustune didayala diski. Okay, it says John's brother, Johnny Dindanatli, John's brother, usuli goja, he quit, he stopped, he quit, he ceased. Alstoyeska, he ceased shaving. Juna Goja went out. Ale and Ustune, he turned it off. Didayoladiski, the TV. So John's brother ceased his shaving and went out and turned off the TV. Okay. Go ahead and read this one on your own. Okay, this one is fairly easy. Okay. Di li no he di tlino he di. U le hui u le wi stana u le hui stana u no ye ga i u no he ga i u no he ga. Okay, can you tell me what that one says? Di tlino he di u le hui stana u no he ga. The phone, ule huis tana, stopped, uno hyuga, ringing, stopped making a noise. Okay, give you just a couple seconds to read through this one yourself. This is the last sentence. It's a really long one, right? Okay, let's read through it together. Gi, li, gi, tli, u, wa, sa, u, wa, sa, u, stu, u, s, du, I, sa, u, stu, I, sa, ga, lo, he, s, do, I. Okay, that is not correct. Okay, let me fix it real fast. Galu. I was like, that doesn't sound right. No, because if you look, Galohi sti, this should be D. Oh, D. Okay, and then we go back. I'll have it fixed. There we go. All right. Galohi sti, Galohi sti. Le, e, du, ji, no, e, du, chin, no, da, ni, si, gu, si, gu, ga, li, he, gu, ga, tli, he, gu, ga, tli, he, gu. Na, he, you, na, he, you, gi, li, gi, tli, ju, ye, la, ju, ye, la, Ga lo he sti. Galohisti. Okay? Gitli uwasa ustu isa galohisti. Ale edujino jani asigwu gatli hewu nahi yu gitli juyala galohisti. Okay? So can you tell me what that says? It says the dog uwasa by himself, ustu isa opened, galohisti opened the door, ale and edujino and then Uncle John, and then Uncle John, Asiwu, was still Gatlihewu just sleeping. Gatlihewu was still just sleeping. Nahiyu, when Gitli, the dog, Juyela, came in, Galohisti, through the door, okay? Came in the door, okay? So that's the entire story. It's a review. So let's take some of the words from here and let's see what we can find. So let's take this one right here, okay? Let's take astui. Astui. Okay? Astui. Astui. Okay? That means to open it. It means to also like turn it on, okay? So, astui, or which means to open it, open something, open a door, open a box, or it can mean like to turn it on, like the television or the radio or something like that, okay? So let's see if I can remember what these sentences are talking about. This first one says, Ga li gogi galgog iu wa nila a stu I skon a da na na I. Okay, I think I can figure that one out. Galgwogi iu wanila a stu I skon a da na na I. Okay, so galgwogi iu wanila, that means galgwog, of course, is the number 7. Iu wanila means when it strikes, but that's another way of saying o'clock. Okay, so 7 o'clock, astui. So you see this word astui, astui, astui sko. So that means the on at the end. So he opens it habitually. Okay, so he habitually opens it. Adanatna, the store. So he opens the store at 7 o'clock, okay, every day. Okay, Galgogi iu wanila astu isko adanatna. Okay, let's see. Let's try this one. Uyana, ga. D. Oh, this is an interesting one. Uyana gati astu isa doxy. Doxy. Okay? So you might think you know what this word is, but you might be a little bit wrong. So Uyana is like a wire. Ganti means using. So using a wire, astuise, he opened it, past tense. The at the end means it happened in the past. Astuise, doxy. Okay, we know the word doxy as a terrapin or a turtle, right? However, the word doxy can also mean a padlock, okay? So, you know, like a padlock that you put on a door or whatever, a lock, some kind of a lock. So, and when you think about it, you can kind of see the relationship between a turtle or a terrapin and a lock or a padlock, because it's, you know, it closes itself up tight. And of course, those old padlocks kind of had that same similar shape. And so it says, Uyana ganti astuisa doxy. So he didn't open the turtle with a wire. He opened the padlock using a wire. Okay? This is de stu ed, de stu ed, ige se sti, jo la ni. De he stu na, de he stu na e. Okay? So this one, hang on just a second. De stu ed. Okay? De stu ed means they're opened. Okay, they're opened. Ige sesti. Jolatni is a window. So ige sesti means like if in this case. So de stu ed ige sesti jolatni. If the windows are open, dehistuna, okay, close them. You close them. Dehistuna, you close them. Okay, distuid ige sesti jolatni, dehistuna. Okay, let's try this one. Jolatni he stui. Okay. Akawosti. So Jolatni, the window, he stui. Open it. Open the window. Open the window. Akawosti means like I'm smothering. I'm suffocating. Akawosti is I'm smothering, I believe. Let me double check myself. Yeah. Yeah, it means I'm dying here. I'm smothering. Akawosti. Okay, let's try this one. Galohisti. Ustuid gesa. Aquade lohosa. Wagiyala. Okay. So galohisti is the a doorway, So, let me see. I believe Galohisti ustuid gesa, the door was open. Aguadelo hosa. Let me. Let me see. Oh yeah. I found out Aguadelo Hosa means I discovered or Wagiyala. Wagiyala. Okay. This one's a harder one. Okay. Wagiyala. I went in. I went through it. Okay. Wagiyala. Okay. Galohisti ustuid gesa awadelo hosa wagiyala. So when I discovered that the door was open, I went in. Okay. Galohisti ustuid gesa awadelo hosa wagiyala. Okay. So, pardon me, excuse me. So these are other sentences that you can use with that astui. And if we go back through our, right, astuid gesa didaya ladiski, this doesn't say that the TV was open, it means the TV was on, right? And then we also have the dog, right? Gitli uwasa ustuisa galohisti, right? The dog opened the door by himself, right? Gitli uwasa ustuisa galohisti, right? So the word, let's see, what else? Is it in here again? I don't think it is. I think those are the two instances where we see this word, astui. Astui, he or she is opening it. So, kalkogi yuanila, astui sko atanatne. He opens the store. He opens up the store at 7 o'clock. Uyanakati. Astui sadoxi, he opened the lock with a wire. Distuid igeses di jolani dehistuna. If the windows are open, close them, right? So all of these are ways to use this word. So I think when we come back the next time, we'll continue to look at some of these words. We're just out of time for today. So from all of us here at RSU TV and Cherokee Nation, I just want to say wadon and jadok sos dest. Thank you.